You heard about the terrorist attack in Moscow, right? Here's the outside of that theater. A bunch of ISIS gunmen. ISIS is claiming responsibility. They shot up the theater, killed at least 40 people. Let's go inside now. And really shocking stuff. Turn up the volume, please. All right. Just horrible. And here, the death toll hasn't changed. Let's put it up. I think we're at 40 and more than 100 injured. ISIS claiming responsibility, still kind of investigating. But you know, it would be a good thing right now for us to be on the phone with our counterparts in Russia. That's really hard to do after Joe Biden was, number one, sized up by Vladimir Putin as a weakling. That's one of the reasons why he invaded Ukraine. And because of the way Joe has talked about Putin, which, you know, may play to certain people, but it limits our options as a country. Check this out.
When President Putin ordered his tanks to roll into Ukraine, he thought we would roll over. He was wrong. For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
All right, so it would be really helpful for the United States to be on the phone in an effective way with Russia right now to find out what happened and could it happen here. But because he said things like that, we don't have that kind of relationship. Trump has that kind of relationship.
I knew Putin. I know him very well. Fortunately, I knew Putin very well, and we had a little bit of a relationship. Getting along with Putin and Russia is a great thing.
It actually is, and it gives America more options, and it just might help bring peace between Ukraine and Russia. This is the only war I can think of where nobody ever talked about peace negotiations, right? Vietnam, World War. I mean, you gotta have peace discussions, and President Trump is the only one bringing that up.
Mr. President, can I just follow up on that, because that's a really important statement
let me
that you
just
just made
follow up.
there. Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying.
What an interesting, novel idea. I'd like there to be less dying as well. Have we heard from President Biden? A lot going on in the news. And as usual, well, it's Friday. I think he might be on his way to Delaware. Not sure, but not particularly vocal about much of anything these days. You saw what happened at the border yesterday. My God, this looked like a third world country. More and more, we are sliding. We are losing our superpower status. You heard about the bloodbath fake news about Donald Trump. He addressed that today, and he has before, but I think the bloodbath applies to what we're seeing right here, and he agrees.
While I was speaking metaphorically, a real bloodbath is occurring right now under Crooked Joe. It's Biden's border bloodbath. There's never been anything like it.
Totally. And that issue, even Democrats are recognizing. He just might be the only one in the country who can fix it. When we come back, news a lot of us missed. One of the Apollo 8 astronauts died, and an Apollo 10 astronaut. Both men orbited the moon, and one of them was involved in this amazing photo back in 1968, Earthrise. We'll be right back.